Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Breath of Death. And since last time I fought a few battles off screen and people are pretty close to leveling. Every time I end a video and I can, just kill off some of the battles in here when I'd have to fight a lot of battles off screen anyway. I think I'm just going to do that. I find it works quite well. I got one battle left to fight in here and I'm sure we'll run into it eventually. Now, like I said at the end of the last video, going left or right here basically leads to the same direction or the same location. So we're going to take the shorter of the two paths, which is left. Now, let's see if I can remember where to go. That's a dead end down there. Ah, we got more crabs and more orcs. Let's see, what do I want to do here? Let's use multi-strike. And no, I want to go Tex. I want to use that on you. I want to use lightning. And we can use smash because we're pretty close to getting out of here. It's the last area in, or the last part of the Undeath Mountain. And Dem levels up. Here we can get some magic or some agility. Oh yes, get the agility. Even if you're going for a magic build, I think you would want agility there, because agility is just so hard to come by for Dem, and more so for Eric, but it's not such a big deal for him because he's a big tank. Now we get a lot of these, especially later on, either HP and MP or all stats. Now if you look at Sarah's HP and MP, it's pretty good, so I'm going to go with some additional stats, specifically for the agility and the magic. And if I haven't mentioned it, I have changed up Sarah's gear now. I meant to change up her gear. I want to be using the health ring now, or the speed ring, and because we just got some additional stats for her, let's just take a look at her agility there. 240, 230, 190, 130. Ugh. But yeah, so she's more than good enough. She doesn't need any more agility than that. It's not going to help her go before too many other monsters, so we'll just give her the additional HP and she'll be fine. The strong ring at this point really doesn't do much for her because she just doesn't use her normal attacks very much. Now, going right will lead, and left and down all end up looping around the same spot, and we'll have access to that treasure chest from all of them. As you can see on the left there, paths all meet up. Now, this game becomes kind of, I don't know, I'd say boring to watch if there's no battles to run into all the time. Because, once we have no battles left, we don't run into them anymore unless we choose to by using the fight command. So I think it makes more sense to leave a lot of the battles in. Otherwise, if I just edited them out or did all the battles off screen, I don't think it was good. This LP would be very long. Not that it's going to be long to begin with, but here we get the silver suit for Eric, so 20 more defense. Still not as good as the gold suit that we could have purchased, but I barely have enough to get it now, so I think it costs 60 grand. Not worth it. We'll find one eventually anyway. Anyway, here we are, the ruins of Langsong. It's quiet. The crystals are probably in the deepest part. Well, yeah, it's an RPG dungeon, of course. Anyway, we have a save point, so let's heal up our MP. And let's take a look at my map. So we're going to want to head this way. And up in this direction, I think. Oh, I think my map's off again. Yeah, I gotta fix that. Okay. So anyway, we get here. I want to pop up this direction, if I can, without running. We got some new enemies to encounter around here. And they pretty much look like the same enemies we fought in the small ruins, except for these guys have more HP. Now, I'm not sure if I mentioned this before, but these guys here, the brigands, and I think they were looters before, they can run from battle. You won't get experience for fighting them. The cursed cars are slightly armored and have a decent amount of HP, so do want to watch out for that. I do kind of recommend going after the brigands first, mainly so they don't escape. So let's one-shot those guys, and you can start on that one. And yeah, so they've got a bunch of attacks, most of which I ignore because if there were supposed to be a lot of tactics in this game as it comes to regular encounters, I kind of glanced over them and I haven't really had any issues, so that's kind of how I treat it. Let's use Freeze Blast and Sniper. Ow! Speaking of not having problems, Dem just died again. There we go. And Lita levels up. Now we get an option. We get Call Bats or Call Wolves. Now what this does is you cast this spell and it will happen each turn. Now if you want to be building up your combo, you want Call Bats because it's twice per round, and that's going to be every single round. Again, not really the best idea. I think I've mentioned this before with attacks that, I think I said that referred to Eric's poison spell, Puke, which I don't find very useful. But, it's an additional hit every round, so it builds up the combo. Now, Call Wolves has more damage at the start, and I think will always have more damage, but it only hits once. They cost the same amount of MP. Now, I'm not really going to be using this ability very much at all. I'd rather have something that deals a little more damage than something that has more hits for the combo, because the combo, I have ways of building it up relatively quickly when I need it, so. The hell's going on behind me? Holy Christ. Lots of noise. Anyway, let's just go to Call Wolves, and we can move through. Let's go into this area. Now, if I recall correctly, we want to go this way and run into another battle. Sure, why not? That'll work. And start attacking the car there. Should be able to kill you. You. Oh. You lived. Oh, they have more armor than I remember. Oh well. No big loss. And Eric levels up. Now, he can get some strength and some vitality, or he can get HP and MP. Now, he really does need the MP, so I'd like to give him the MP. Normally, when it's only 15, it's really not worth it, but his is just so low that he absolutely has to have it. And 20 strength isn't that much. So let's go with that one. Go down here. Now I am completely ignoring my map at this point. And that's probably a bad idea, but I managed to find a treasure chest. Maybe I should take a second to look at my map. With some of the areas that we've been to, I've already kind of taken a little peek into and done a little bit of wandering around to kind of re-familiarize myself with the area. This area I have not. But here's a chest containing a giant axe, which I believe is finally better than the bloody axe that we bought way back before we even got him, so that'll help him out, give him a little more damage. And considering I don't use his smash very much, that can be quite useful. Ups his base damage a little bit. Now, just checking my notes. Kill off some of these guys. Yeah, let's use Smash. Yes, he does 711 damage at this point. His normal attack does almost 250 damage. It's supposed to do 711 damage. It does 657 because these guys are armored. So that gives you kind of an idea of how much they are armored. Let's use a normal attack, and Freeze Blast, and Sniper, and normal. There we go. Now, there is another chest around here. There it is. 4 potions. Yay, potions. Look at the map. We head up here. It is a dead end, so I'm going the wrong way. Okay. We got a whole bunch of these guys. You know what? Let's use our Unite techs. Let's use that one. And Call Wolves will actually deal more damage than Lightning at this point for a cheaper MP cost, so I'm going to use that. Now, I could use Call Horde, but I don't think that's necessary. These guys don't do that much damage, and, you know, as you can see there, that one didn't die, he just ran away. Yeah, unfortunately, when you do the Pack of Wolves, they won't hit even if you cast it at one point, or, you know, at one point in the turn. They will not activate until the end of that turn for everybody, including the enemies, so they'll have a chance at running away. There we go. So that's one downside to using it, but it's not that bad, and I'm still going the wrong way. What am I doing? Probably should have gone over my map a little better before I came in here. I mean, like, you know, at all. And we got more of these guys. Let's do the same thing. We got a couple of them running this time. I'm not really worried if they run away. It's not a big deal as far as, you know, running low on experience. You're probably not going to run low on experience in this game until, you know, later. Now, let's see. Did I get all of the items? I did. So, we can move on. There's actually nothing up there. It looks like the road was hit by an earthquake or something like that. Here, we have the subway. And the subway has enemies. I was just about to try and check to see if it had that. We have a toddler gone. Yeah, sure, whatever. Anyway, let's go back to what brought us to the dance here. Standard buff attacks. See if I can take them down in one shot with Eric there. Nope, not quite. They do have an attack that hits all enemies, or all allies, so you do want to kind of be aware of that. You don't want to run around and not damage them. Let them, you know, deal a lot of damage to you. That won't help. But yeah, the subway, as you can see, sucks. Running up, down, up, down. Yeah, it's not a lot of fun. Actually, I'm going to go with Hailstorm this time. Sniper shot. Actually, you know what? Call Horde wouldn't be a bad idea this time. And let's see. What am I left with here? Two things almost dead. And Freeze Blast on that one. There we go. Reasonably well planned out anyway. Now there are the stairs to move on, so we want to get over there. But, like I said, the subway is really boring. There's not really much to say about it either. It's annoying, and it's dull, but that's about it. Yeah, so let's normal attack, freeze blast, sniper. There we go. So like I was saying, yeah, if you need to use an extra turn of a skill with any character, make it with Sarah or Lita because they have the MP regeneration to deal with that. And as you can see, since I got in here, I've got like 30 or 20,000 gold already. Yeah, you're gonna get a lot of gold in the upcoming areas. That just kind of scales up and up and up, and we get a lot now. Of course, everything costs an arm and a leg, and in this game, I wouldn't be surprised if they would try and do that literally. Anyway, where am I on my map there? Ah, so we're gonna go, if you kind of look down here, okay, there are some of these areas that look like they're connected. We'll take a staircase like that, and then we'll end up going like basically right above, even though we've been traveling for a long time. Let's see, go up that way, through this way, making sure I'm going the right way. Multi-freeze, sniper, normal attack. Let's see, we should be able to take them out. There we go. And down here, through the... Is that a pool? Somebody just has a pool in their yard. I want a pool in my yard. That'd be cool. I don't know if any of you have, like, I'm talking about like those big pools that you see at people who actually, you know, have a good job and have lots of money and Money that I would really rather have myself. But yeah, I'd like to have a pool in my yard at some point. That'd be pretty cool. Though at the pace I'm going, not gonna happen. All right, so want to go down, actually. Don't want to go up. Now, if we go down here, let's see. I'd say we're about 2/3 of the way through this game now. It's not quite the end dungeon, but really, game, do we really have to have a chest with 1 gold in it in every frickin' RPG? Ah, yes, they did it. Of course they did it. Now, no, I want to go. No. Alright, there's 1 more treasure chest in this area, and it is an important one. You definitely want to pick this one up. So hopefully Lita doesn't die, and she died. Okay, good. She got her hit off before she died. That's good. Go up here, through the cars. The magic ring, the best ring in the game. Of course, that's for Sarah, and as you can see, 50 magic, 50 MP, 50 vitality. This is abusive, and it's basically the only thing you're going to want to use. Agility, speed ring, for certain situations if the boss starts off faster than you and you want to get your hit in first. That's pretty much it. Magic ring, buff, 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 buff. So good. And now we just head over here. Now, I can't recall exactly how much she was doing with Freeze Blast before, but I think it just went up, 60, 80, something like that. She can almost one-shot these guys now. Yeah, it's a lot better. Ow, Lita's dead. Yeah, she's doing, I'd say, about 80 more damage than she did before. Actually, no. I want you to attack you, you to attack you. There we go. 7 battles left. I'm basically at the end of the area. I don't think there's anything down here that I need to do. Is there? I think this just comes up from the other side there. Yeah, there's the pool if you're kind of wondering where we are relative to, where we were. And we have an upgrade to the brigands here who just have more HP and don't really do anything else interesting. So let's then with that. Now we can use Smash because we're pretty close to the next save point here. And we get a level. Nice. Ah, this is awesome. Blade Dance, the best tech for them in the game. Now, we can have it attack all enemies. Good for big groups, but considering the amount of MP it costs, you won't use it very often. Or for random enemies, or in other words, Boss Destroyer. Oh, this is so good. It does more damage than his basic physical attack, which means it does more damage than multi-hit, and it hits more times. This is awesome. Definitely go for this one. I've used the all-attacking one before. I wouldn't recommend it. This is just so much more useful in pretty much every boss fight, actually. And Sarah leveled up. Oh, magic and agility or magic and will. Well, that's a gimme. So yeah, there we go. Now if we just pop up here, we can run through weird areas. Okay, sure. Alright, and we have a new one, Mutant. We could have run into them earlier on as well. I don't know why I haven't found one until now, but oh well. Is what it is, I guess. Let's use Call Wolves. These guys are going to be around for a little while, so it's probably useful to use this. I'll get a couple of hits in at least. And they should finish off... Okay, they shouldn't finish off anything. They'll finish off all... Well, not that one, but finish off those two. So I'm going to focus on the other ones. Well, you can use a normal attack on that. Freeze Blast. Sniper. Go. And the pack of wolves finishes off the rest of them. Gotta love that. And Lita levels up. Ah, I've been waiting for this. Either Dark Blast for 30 MP, one hit, over 1300 damage, breaks combo. Unfortunately, it breaks combo. However, you're not going to be using this in a fight where you're going to be using combos because it's just not worth it. And I'll explain more about that when we get to that point. But the other option is Death. Targets all enemies, 40% chance of death for 30 MP. I tried this the first time I got to this point. I didn't have a lot of luck with it, and I found it just drained my MP a little too much to really be effective. If it was for, say, 20 MP or even 25, it might be worth it. If it was, 25 at 50%, I'd probably want to go after it, but at what it's at, it just isn't effective enough to save you when you know that, you have to kill him in, say, 2 rounds, otherwise you're going to basically be dead. Relying on too much luck just doesn't work for me. So I'm going to go with Dark Blast. There are points later in the game where we'll need that much damage and more to one-shot an enemy, so I won't be using it a lot early on, but late game, oh yeah. Now, what's this? Oh, it doesn't say. Okay, anyway, that's going to do it for this episode of Let's Play Breath of Death. Next time we'll go into that ladder, which leads to, according to Article 121.09 of the RPG Making Code, all RPGs are required by law to include at least one sewer dungeon or face severe legal penalties. So here you go, 1 sewer dungeon. I also forgot to make a map for this, so I need to familiarize myself with the dungeon, so that's going to do it for this episode of Let's Play Breath of Death. Next time we will get lost in this dungeon, if I somehow forget to do my research ahead of time. Anyway, that's all for this one, and I'll see you guys next time.